Welcome to this week's vlog with Pastor Sarah, and today's guest is our new music director, Dale Love. Well, welcome everybody to Pastor's Vlog. This week we have with us Dale Love, our new director of music at Emmanuel. Everybody wave to Dale. Yay. So Dale, this is your chance to shine in front of everyone and kind of let us know who you are without having to retell your story 500 times. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? Maybe not from the day you were born, but give us a good understanding of what made you who you are.
Well, first of all, I'm really pleased to be at Emmanuel Lutheran Church. It's like coming home back to Livonia, and everyone has been so welcoming, and I've had several welcomes during services even before I officially started in January.
Thank you, because Lucas made sure we did that.
He did. It was very cool.
It was very sweet.
I have served my church through music ministry since I was a young girl. And by profession, I was a music teacher in public education. And then I became an administrator, a principal in elementary schools. And when I decided that I needed to have a change and get back to music, I did accept a position at Holy Trinity in Livonia. And I was there for almost 9 years and loved it. And then just took a little break. And now I'm at Emmanuel. And my background is piano is my major instrument and voice minor all throughout college. And so that's my story.
Oh, well, we're so excited to have you. Who did you work with at Holy Trinity that Emmanuel folks might know?
I worked with Pastor Linda Golden, was the pastor there when I was hired, and Ann Buland was the music director and organist, and I was hired as assistant music director. So that was fun and got my feet wet because I was raised Methodist and raised my family, my children Presbyterian. And so, I had to learn Lutheran, and I am a Lutheran now. I'm still a member at Holy Trinity, but I'm sure that will change soon. Awesome. And then after Ann retired, I took over. Actually, before she retired, I accepted the position of youth and family director there also. And that's when I left public ed and was, working at Holy Trinity through all aspects. I actually, when I left, I was also the parish administrator and bookkeeper.
She can do it all, folks. So when your name came across my desk, I went straight to Pastor Linda. And Pastor Linda, what do you think? And she said, oh, we would be blessed to have Dale. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
So what do you have going on tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I'm doing a meet and greet for bells and choir. And it's just going to be casual in the fellowship hall to begin with. At 6 o'clock, anyone who is interested in bells or just wants to know should come. And I'm going to provide snacks so we can have a little fellowship time together. And I want to talk with both groups about, what their expectations are, what has happened in the past. Anything pre-COVID is really, and other directors is good to have as knowledge, but it's good also to move forward and see what we can do together and form goals together. So bells are at 6, but everybody's welcome to come no matter what time they're able to come. And I've set aside 7 o'clock for choir. I probably will not be able to do any ringing with bells tomorrow because I don't know how many people I have. And so then I will pick music, hopefully after tomorrow night for both groups. And choir, I probably will have something for us to work on for the next couple weeks so that we can get singing in church. And that's my goal.
Okay. And my last question for you is, why is it so important to have members in these groups, in these musical groups, to provide music at Emmanuel?
Well, can you imagine a worship service without music? No. And just the word? Music is universal, and it really, I mean, can you imagine a movie or a TV show without music? You're not really aware of the background, but certainly if it's intense, you know that something's going to happen. So, and I look at it as not a performance, but as an offering. And it's a way to lead our congregation in worship and to praise our God. And I think that to have our community, our church, and those people who have a gift of giving that musical experience to others is very important. And in my interviews, because I firmly believe this in spiritual giving, I think everybody needs to be fed at some time during the worship service, and whether it's from scripture or sermon or music. And it might not be your favorite hymn. You might not like the opening hymn this week. That's I Love to Tell the Story. But somebody in your row or somewhere in the sanctuary, it's probably their favorite. And hopefully that another time or another piece of music during the worship service will speak to you. But again, if it isn't through music, it's through something else. But we want to make sure that everyone is fed in our worship services. And I hope that you will be inspired by music and by the people who make those offerings.
Thank you. I love that. I know I always think like I preach for like 12 minutes and the rest is you, Dale. But music is so important, even for someone like me who's not very musical, to perform in any way. Like it still speaks to me, and to have that quality and to see other members like giving that gift is so important. Now, what I have come to understand pre-COVID, but really, really after post-COVID, I know we're not out of COVID, but is that people are really skeptical of making long-term commitments. Is there a way to participate in the music program without having to be there every Thursday for the rest of their life?
Absolutely. And I'm very flexible about that, as long as, I will put out a calendar, and people can write on it when they're not going to be there, when they know they're not going to be there. And all I ask is that if it's at the last minute, just send me a text, because maybe we won't have the choir sing that day. If I only have 2 people or something, I'll try and do something different. But it's not a life sentence, and it really is short term now, especially since we're in January. But music is so important during Lent and, of course, on Easter, that I would like to have the commitment between now and Easter.
Yeah.
But if you can't make that commitment, then give me what you can, and I'm happy to work around it. I personally have not been able to sing since I started doing services at church in December. I did a few before January, and I'm just getting my voice back now, so I can't wait to be able to sing with everyone.
And we can't wait to hear it. Well, thank you for your time. Hopefully lots of people will see you on Thursday and more even on Sunday. All right, that's it with our new director of music, Dale Love. This is Mercy Elios on the Pastor's Vlog. Check us out and don't forget to subscribe.